The Trump administration sent shockwaves through the Department of Homeland Security. Over 400 employees were fired in a sweeping layoff. FEMA lost over 200 employees. The Cybersecurity agency saw 130 positions eliminated. Nearly 50 employees were let go from USCIS. The Science Directorate lost 10 employees. Probationary employees were targeted for dismissal. The criteria were clear: eliminate non-mission critical personnel. This aimed to reduce waste and save taxpayer dollars. President Trump signed an executive order for large-scale reductions. Thousands of federal employees across various agencies were also let go. This overhaul signaled a clear intention to reshape the federal workforce. The Trump administration defended its actions, arguing that the firings were necessary to cut red tape and increase efficiency. However, the firings were met with fierce criticism. Critics argued that the loss of experienced personnel would harm national security and cripple agencies' ability to function effectively. Concerns about the politicization of the civil service also arose. Over 60 lawsuits were filed against the administration, alleging executive overreach. Specific incidents fueled the controversy, such as the firing of FEMA employees for reimbursing New York City for hotel costs incurred while housing migrants. Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement were exempt from the firings, fueling speculation of political motivation. Public outcry against the firings was palpable, with protests erupting across the nation. Many federal employees faced dire circumstances, forced to relocate and uproot their families. The firings created a climate of fear and uncertainty among government employees. The DHS firings aimed to streamline the agency but had far-reaching consequences. The loss of experienced personnel created knowledge gaps, making it challenging for the remaining staff to maintain efficiency. Training new hires proved time-consuming and costly, offsetting some savings. Morale within DHS plummeted, leading to decreased productivity and increased stress-related absences. The firings also created a chilling effect on recruitment, with potential candidates wary of the unstable work environment. Critics argued that the loss of experienced personnel, particularly in cybersecurity and counterterrorism, made the country more vulnerable. They pointed to an increase in security breaches and slower response times as evidence. The administration maintained that the restructuring strengthened national security by making the government more efficient. The DHS firings also had a ripple effect on other government agencies, creating a sense of unease among federal employees. Many feared that their jobs were also at risk, leading to a decrease in morale and productivity across the federal government. The firings strained the relationship between the Trump administration and the federal workforce, creating a climate of distrust and resentment. The long-term impact on the agency's ability to fulfill its mission remained to be seen. In the wake of the mass firings, the future of the DHS remained uncertain. Critics argued that the firings would have long-lasting negative consequences on national security and the morale of federal employees. The lawsuits filed against the administration cast a long shadow over the firings. If successful, these lawsuits could force the government to reinstate some of the fired employees and pay significant damages. The outcome of these lawsuits would likely set a precedent for future presidential administrations seeking to reshape the federal workforce. The long-term impact of the DHS firings on the agency's ability to fulfill its mission remained to be seen. Whether the restructuring ultimately made the agency more efficient or weakened its ability to protect the nation from threats was a subject of ongoing debate. Only time would tell the full extent of the consequences of this controversial move. The DHS firings served as a stark reminder of the power of the executive branch to reshape the federal government. As the nation moved forward, it was crucial to find a balance between the need for efficiency and the need to protect the rights and expertise of federal employees.